Good morning, USA.
Yo 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 yo.
Good morning, Angela Yee.
Good morning, DJ MV.
Charlamagne the God.
Peace to the planet. It's Monday. Happy Halloween, ladies and gentlemen.
Happy Halloween. Yes.
What's
Good
happening?
Morning.
How y'all feeling?
Good morning. I'm feeling good.
I'm the only person in here in the Halloween spirit, clearly.
I know, you came. I was like, Charlamagne's just weird today.
Nobody else got the memo that it was Halloween?
You know what? You're dressed regular, except you have a mask.
I'm not dressed regular, actually. I am.
He has on a long leather trench coat and some boots.
Who am I, Red? Okay, Brandon, who am I? Sting, baby. WWE legend, Sting. Okay?
I thought you were one of the guys from Kiss. You know that group Kiss? The rock group?
I think that's who Sting might have been channeling. It was between the Crow and those guys from Kiss. It was definitely the Crow, though, back in the day. It was definitely the Crow. That's who when Sting made his transformation from colorful surfer guy into darkness.
Okay.
And that's where I am now.
All right.
I'm
home today.
It sounds like you're in somebody's bathroom.
Yeah, definitely sounds like you're in the bathroom.
Sounds like you want to be a Ninja Turtle for Halloween and you're in the sewer. That's what it sounds like.
Nah, I'm actually home, and we take Halloween serious, but I never get to go to my kids' parade. Charlamagne, I don't know if you get to make it too, because usually the parade is right before lunch. But today I'm gonna go. So I got makeup on. I got all types of. I'm actually.
You always got makeup on. What's new? What's up? What's
That's not true.
Just because you wore Fenty on Halloween, it's a costume. You wear Fenty every day.
It's actually I'm a pumpkin face this morning, so my kids are super duper excited.
So you're orange instead of yellow.
I'm orange.
You could have been a squash and you wouldn't have to wear no makeup. Just a big yellow squash. You ever thought about that?
Shut up, man.
Okay.
Are you wearing your mask right now?
Yeah, well, I have like no costume makeup on, so it's all on.
So you in something?
Yeah, I'm gonna send you guys a picture.
It sounds like you broadcasting live from a butthole this morning,
where no one can see you.
Exactly. How you got a mask on at the crib? Like, knock it off. We're not even on Zoom.
I just told y'all, it's costume, and yes, I'm up. My costume is on.
Well,
it would probably sound better on the mic if you took the mask off.
Maybe.
I wonder if everybody celebrated Halloween on the weekend, so like they're not really caring about it on Monday, so we look stupid with costumes on out here. Is that the case? Like if I had this on this weekend, nobody would say nothing. But it's like I was getting a lot of weird looks this morning. I ain't seen not one costume when I walked into the building this morning. I'm like, what the hell's going on? I had to look down. Isn't today the 31st?
I feel like it's New York City. People are always kind of walking around like that.
Jesus Christ.
All kinds of things happening.
Right. Well, let's get the show cracking. Front page news, what we talking about?
Man, let's talk about this Twitter takeover, what people are saying. You might be getting charged extra. We'll tell you what might cost you $20 a month on Twitter if you so choose. And then maybe you want to win the Powerball. That way you'll be able to pay for it.
All right, we'll get into
Wow.
Club, good morning.
This is a lot. It's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club. Charlamagne the God, Angela Yee. I thought MB was there. You got flushed down the toilet? Oh, okay.
I don't know what he's doing.
It's time for front page news. What we got, Yee?
Man, I know normally Envy does the scores right here.
Just know the Dallas Cowboys won, okay? Drop one of the clues bombs for my Dallas Cowboys. Oh, I got the scores right here.
The Broncos beat the Jaguars 21-17. The Dolphins beat the Lions 31-27. Cardinals beat the Vikings 26. Oh, no, they didn't. The Vikings beat the Cardinals 34-26. The Saints beat the Raiders 24-0. Sheesh. The Patriots beat the Jets 22-17. The Seahawks beat Envy's Giants 27-13.
You didn't have to do that score.
What?
You skipped the Titans and Texans. You skipped the Steelers and Eagles. You skipped the Panthers and Falcons.
I didn't get to that side yet.
Yes, you did. You skipped right over those.
Wait, I didn't even finish.
You skipped over Falcons beat the Panthers 37-34.
I didn't get there yet.
Yes, you did. You went from the Broncos, Dolphins, and skipped right over them.
Guys.
Oh, yeah, I was going to do that column next. Envy, you should be here.
No football, sorry. No football scores today.
The Cowboys beat the Bears 49-29. That sounds like a basketball game.
Little light, that's right. Little light 49 piece. Dropping a clues bomb for the Dallas Cowboys. 6-2 on the way to the Super Bowl. What's happening?
The Eagles beat the Steelers 35-13. The Titans beat the Texans 17-10.
All right, guys. No more football.
Oh, my Bills. They beat the Packers 27-17.
Did you say that the Seahawks beat the Giants 27-13?
I believe we did, yes.
Okay. Just want to make sure. Are you sure you said the Seahawks beat the Giants 27-13?
In Monday Night Football, we got the Bengals versus the Browns. All right? Did I sound like Envy?
Nah, because you didn't say that the Seahawks beat the Giants 27-13. I didn't hear that one.
She said that.
All right. Now let's talk about Twitter for a moment. So, according to reports, the Network Contagion Research Institute posted evidence suggests that bad actors are trying to test the limits on Twitter. Several posts on 4chan encourage users to amplify derogatory slurs. For example, over the last 12 hours, the use of the N-word has increased nearly 500% from the previous average. That's just hours after Elon Musk officially acquired the platform. And I saw LeBron posted, I don't know Elon Musk, and to be honest, I could care less who owns Twitter, but I will say that if this is true, I hope he and his people take this very seriously because this is scary AF. So many damn unfit people saying hate speech is free speech.
I don't be on Twitter no way. I ain't been on Twitter in 3-4 years. Only time I tweet is when it's like to promote something.
Or connected to Instagram?
No, I don't even have my Twitter connected to my Instagram. No.
All right. Well, Elon Musk posted Twitter will be forming a content moderation council with widely diverse viewpoints. No major content decisions or account reinstatements will happen before that council convenes. But they are saying one thing, according to reports, that's happening behind the scenes is Elon Musk wants to charge people $19.99 a month if you have the new Twitter Blue subscription, which currently is $4.99 a month. And one of the benefits of that new subscription package will include verification on Twitter.
And those idiots gonna pay for it. As much as people want that validation, as much as people want that blue check and that verification, they're gonna pay for it.
You're right.
They're gonna spend that $20 a month.
I mean, they're already spending $4.99 a month, so maybe he figures that's and people care that much about that blue check.
They do.
They care about that blue check.
They absolutely do, sadly. Bunch of idiots.
Now, YouTube will now let medical professionals apply for additional verification. So if you're a credible medical professional, now you can apply for that. And that's because they're trying to combat medical misinformation online.
I like that. Now that makes sense.
Head of YouTube Health, Dr. Garth Graham, wrote that healthcare professionals like doctors, nurses, and mental health specialists can now apply to use the platform's health product features. And so that was introduced last year. They were only available to educational institutions, public health departments, hospitals, and government entities. But now they'll allow this to happen.
I love that, and I think they should do that for not just medicine. They should do that for legal as well. You know what I mean? People that be on there giving legal advice or be talking about, cases or whatever it is, they should have to have that kind of verification too, because you should know who you should be listening to, right?
Not only that, everything. Real estate, when people talk about real estate and investing and all that, all those.
I don't know how you would do that with investing.
Well,
real estate, real estate you can have a license,
estate.
I don't know how you would do that with investing, but real
Some
estate
people
license,
have to, like the people that work for JP Morgan, they have to have some type of license to invest people's money, right?
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, I think when it comes to financial advice, there's a lot of different ways that people invest. That might be a harder lift.
Medicine and legal, definitely, though. I'm all for that. I'll pay for some people verifications for that, because some of y'all be talking and chatting and have no business giving out the medical advice or the legal advice y'all giving.
And the Powerball jackpot has risen to $1 billion, by the way, now that there was no winner on Saturday. So that is going to be only the second time in the lottery's 30-year history the jackpot has risen to $1 billion. If you cash out, you get $497.3 million.
We've lived through both of those. We've lived through both of those $1 billion Powerball jackpots. Don't forget to play the Mega Millions too. The Mega Millions is $87 million.
All right. Well, that is your front page news.
I play every week.
Sorry that I timed out during the football scores, so I didn't hear none of the football scores.
The Dallas Cowboys beat the Bears 49-29. Just want to throw that out there, just in case you missed that one.
All right. I can't hear you guys. But get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Wake up. Wake your ass.
This is your time to get it off your chest. Whether you're mad or blessed, we want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Peace and blessings. Good morning, Angela.
Good morning.
What a party guy.
How you doing,
Sean
Angela?
Stone.
We still friends, Angela? Okay, that's good to hear. Hey, Envy, how you doing, man? Sorry that the Giants lost, man.
Why wouldn't you and Yee be friends? What happened? What we miss?
I don't know. You know how you be. I love Angela, but she always be choosing sides, you know what I mean? So, especially when it comes
I don't think she cares about you and Trav beef, bro.
Especially when it comes to Trav. He's so sensitive over Trav.
No, I'm not. I like the guy. You know what I mean? I don't have no problem with it. You feel me? Hey, Charlamagne, how you doing this morning?
Peace, King. What's the word?
Hey, I see your Cowboys keep winning, man.
I'm glad you know that.
I don't like that, but hey, it is what it is. I like the Giants, man. I just want to say something real quick. Charlamagne, you ever heard the name Christ Unsung Home before?
Christ Unsung Home?
Yeah.
Uh-uh.
Did you know Did you know in the Bible it says that he's the second coming Christ?
No, I never heard that.
Yeah, you should definitely check it out. It's very important for people to know that. And I know a lot of people are getting ready to celebrate Halloween, but please look up the history of Halloween. It's a lot of evil spirits around you guys when you celebrate Halloween, okay? I know you're having fun and partying. I ain't trying to tell people what to do, but...
Don't do that to the kids that like to just get dressed up.
Is it just Halloween, Sean?
Well, it's all of these pagan holidays, Charlamagne, that we should stay away from. Christmas, not only Halloween, but, you know what I mean? So many different pagan holidays that doesn't give us no type of blessings at all, you know?
Okay.
I want y'all to be blessed.
All right. Thank you, sir. We appreciate you.
I just want to take my kids to get some candy. My kids just want candy.
We're
That's
just
all.
throwing on some costumes, man. We're not really celebrating anything. Bro. I get what you're saying, but come on, man. If y'all can flip and bounce the N-word, but we can't flip and bounce Halloween.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, it's Justin. How you doing? Good morning.
Hey, Justin, get it off your chest.
You know, I work night shifts, right? And that's all I do. I work 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. That's always what I do. And that's not a problem for me. The problem that I got is that why are there always crazy people driving at the times I'm trying to get home? Listen, I'm just trying to drive, I'm trying to cruise, I'm trying to relax, but I don't need some guy tailing me going 95. We're all trying to go to the same place. That's just what I'm trying to get off my chest. That's all.
Okay.
Makes sense. Everybody
Seem
going
frustrated
the
this
same
morning. That's right. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed.
So you better have the same energy.
We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, this is Charles from Florida.
Hey, Charles, get it off your chest, bro.
I just want to talk about the Kyrie situation. Like, I feel like we always promoting like violence is Halloween right now. Everybody talking about scary stuff, and then like biggest show right now is Game of Thrones from HBO. Is all about killing, white people messing with each other. But if Kyrie put something about Hebrews to Negroes away from Black America, it's a problem.
Okay, so
I don't know what one got to do with the other, but okay.
No, it's like, why every time if it's something like about black people, why do people have to be mad about that for?
Well, I haven't even read the Hebrews, or what is it, the documentary? I haven't seen the Hebrew to Negro documentary, so I don't even know what's on there. So I can't even, make a statement about it.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I haven't seen it either.
But
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it. It's pretty much explaining about like what happened back in the day.
Bro, you ain't tell us nothing just now. You didn't tell us nothing just now. Like you didn't tell us nothing,
bro.
I saw it. Tell us about what goes on back in the day. Like what?
All right. Hello, who's this?
Yo, this Cliff.
What's up, bro? Get it off your chest.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to my sister, Kezzy. She just had a baby. My little nephew Noah, man. That's you know.
Okay.
All right. Thank you,
All right.
sir.
Get it out.
Keep doing your thing. You, Charlamagne, keep doing your thing. You heard?
What-
Boy, Cliff.
What you gonna be for Halloween, bro?
I don't know. I'm not dressed this Halloween.
So he don't know. It's a little late.
I think you should be an ear. As much as you say you hurt, you should be an ear. Just go.
You bugging.
Nah, for real, be an ear for Halloween. Now you can really walk around and just be like, you hurt?
All right, man.
All right, brother. Hello, who's this?
Oh, what's going on? Good morning, everybody. Couple quick things. Envy, last week you should have just ate those donkey days when that woman gave you donkey day for defending Tory. You can't be arguing with women, man. Just give it to her. But my main get off the chest is somebody need to put in a law for people who was wrongfully put on child support. They need to get their money back.
How do you wrongfully get put on child support? Like the child wasn't yours?
Child wasn't yours, and you know what I'm saying. You was put on child support, thinking you build a little happy little family and all that stuff, and come to find out, boom, ain't your child.
Did this happen to you?
Yes.
I agree. You should get your money back.
Man, so break it down. How long were you paying for this child? How did you find out?
It was about 10, but probably like year 4. I was on, so it's about 6 years, and then long story short, my current baby mama did her little digging, and we just found out that he wasn't yours, and the first one.
Did she know though?
Well,
did she know?
Who?
The woman knew the baby wasn't yours?
Well, apparently when she This is like a trigger type of thing, so I had to get off my chest. But she had said, like, well, we kind of already knew. So I was like, well, if we kind of already knew, why would you put me on child support? Which I wasn't even tripping at the time for being child, you know what I'm saying? I don't really care.
You thought it was your kid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but, you know, I just feel like, you know, when people get wrongly incarcerated, I think do they give them money or some type of thing when they get out?
I have no idea. Oh, I don't. Oh,
you can sue
if it's a
and
wrongful
get a
conviction,
settlement. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to sue. Like I just saw that the people who got a wrongfully convicted for the killing of Malcolm X, they getting like $20-something million from New York. I just saw that yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, of course I ain't gonna get that much, but for real, I was kind of feeling a little harsh just to, you know, get your check in. A good amount of it is gone. You can't even do what you can do.
Hey, King, I'm glad that you decided to get it off your chest here, but I would advise you to go talk to a lawyer. Like,
talk to
a lawyer can advise you better than us.
If she knew that baby wasn't yours, you should get your money.
Yeah, go find a child support lawyer and ask them. Like,
so I want to know, do you still talk to the child? Because, you know, you raised this child for 4 years thinking it was yours.
Oh, no, it's raised for 10 years. But,
10 years.
After the DNA result, it just I kind of got casted away a little bit. So, but not a little bit, a lot. So, yeah.
I'm sorry for that, brother.
I'm sorry. That has to be really difficult.
But y'all have a good one. Them Cowboys is trash. So
there we go.
I really want to say that too.
All
you
right.
mad about the Cowboys, bro?
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. Now we got rumors on the way, E?
Yes, and let's start it off with Kanye West and his apology. Do you forgive him?
All right, we'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
I ain't trying to go to jail.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. I just want to shout out to everybody that I seen at FAMU and also the Magic City Classic out in Alabama. I had an amazing time out there, man, and I love to see all the HBCUs celebrating, partying, and just having a good time safely. It's like a huge family reunion. So shout out to everybody that's I ran into out there.
And shout out to everybody who was at Powerhouse over the weekend, too. I was there. It was a sold-out show. It was amazing. It was really, really incredible. And to Thames, she got her first ever gold #1 single for a solo song. And that was for Free Mind. So congratulations to Thames. We gave her that plaque on stage at Powerhouse. You know, she's on a lot of songs like Essence from WizKid and the Future and Drake song, Wait For You. But for her to be able to get her own #1, at the same time also write a song for Rihanna that's a hit song for Wakanda Forever. She's having an amazing time.
I'm dropping the clues bombs for Thames and Powerhouse.
Absolutely.
And Nicki Minaj killed it. She was the closer for the show. And people were going crazy. You know how sometimes by the end of the concert, people are leaving? Mm-hmm. And they're like, I don't feel, but people were not leaving at all.
Yeah, shout out to Nick. I heard she killed it, too, as well. So drop a bomb for Nicki Minaj. All right, well, let's get to the rumors. Let's talk Kanye West.
Listen up. It's just in.
All the gossip. The Rumor Report. Gossip. With Angela Yee.
It's the Rumor Report.
The Breakfast Club.
All right, well, Kanye, he's not taking a break from speaking his mind, and he apologized for his George Floyd remarks. Some people did not like this apology. Here's what he said.
Question the death of George Floyd, it hurt my people. So I want to apologize to hurting them because right now God has shown me by what Adidas is doing and by what the media is doing, I know how it feels to have a knee on my neck now. So thank you, God, for humbling me and letting me know how it really felt. A lot of times when I would say, oh, I'm the richest black man, it would be a defense that I would use for the mental health conversation. To say, oh, you guys say I'm crazy, but look at this, I made money. But that is not God-like. If it's not God-like, then God will take that because it's all the church's money, right? So what's happening right now is I'm being humbled.
Come on, man. That brother is comparing his personal choices to the state execution of George Floyd. Like, what comes out of your mouth is a choice, sir. That's what led him to be in the situation he's currently in. George Floyd didn't choose to be murdered by Derek Chauvin. The reality is, Jay, Adidas don't really have their knee on your neck like that. Everything you're dealing with is self-inflicted. What happened to George Floyd was not.
Now,
I just want to say, he did look defeated at first because, you know, when I seen that video, I felt a little sorry for him. I did feel, I'm not going to lie, I felt, because he looked so defeated. And then the next day he went on another different rant. And I also want to say this before you go on, Ye. Charlamagne made a statement that it seemed like Kanye West was going down the wrong road. And we've all said that. And I seen y'all change his words up to be like, oh, Charlamagne, Kanye's about to commit suicide. He didn't say that. It seems like the way that he's going down the wrong road and needs some help. And I think that most people are saying that he needs some help. And I hate how the press try to change that to make you sound look crazy.
That wasn't the press. That was social media. I mean, you talk to any psychotherapist, they'll tell you the same thing. That's why I say when it comes to Kanye, the best apology is change behavior. And Kanye is not going to change his behavior until he goes to get help. And I know you can't help people who don't want to help themselves, but that plane is clearly crashing. And I'll say it again, he's moving like a person who probably feels like they aren't going to be around much longer. And we are watching a manic episode play out in real time. And if someone doesn't intervene, it's not going to end well. If you love Ye, get that man some help before it's too late. Simple as that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, when you had the doctor up here, she was saying that you can tell when somebody is
going through a manic episode.
To end things by they start giving things away.
Yes.
She said, all right. Now, Kanye, in the meantime, also put up another post after this where he called out the mother of George Floyd's daughter, Roxy Washington. She's considering suing him for $250 million for defamation. And he also posted a message to her. He said, now for Roxy Washington and Roxy Washington alone, I gave $2 million out of my pocket for the family to help George's daughter, your daughter. I can guarantee that most of those that came for me after my comments didn't do what I did, even those with millions of dollars in the bank. How much did Black Lives Matter give? Many gave words. I acted. Now, because of words, you want to sue me for $250 million when I'm going through an economic lynching, a digital lynching, a social credit score bankrupting. You're either being controlled or you're being greedy, but you better get you some business. For God, get mad. This is how you try someone who was there for your family. You will never get money from no one else. God don't like ugly. Look at your MFing hat. Then he started talking about how ugly her hat is. He said, you know how I feel about an ugly hat? And then to the Floyd family, I apologize to you and the black community for my comments on Drink Champs humbly. Now come get Roxy before she mess up all y'all money. The Bible is the umbilical cord. Stay connected.
Now why is that okay? Like, it amazes me that Flat Earth Twitter has so much to say about, Jewish people holding Kanye accountable for his words to the Jewish community, but don't have anything to say whenever Kanye kicks black people back in.
Now here's what Steven Jackson said in response to Kanye.
You say stupid, you get stupid prizes. Nobody asked you to say nothing about George Floyd, but you decided to say that on your own. So you're going to pay the consequences. Roxy was minding her business. Gianna was minding her business. Oh, and also, Roxanne and Gianna and the family is two different people. She don't stand with the family, and the family don't stand with her. They had different lawyers during the whole court process. They had different lawyers. And for y'all that don't know, Kanye delusional. You didn't give Gianna $2 million. She got $250,000 that they broke down through family that Roxanne is giving back to you. You got a lot of problems, dog. But if you want to address somebody, come address me. I'm speaking for the family, and I've been editing you at every post. You didn't have to say nothing about Georgia. We were supporting you in everything you was doing, and still support you. But every time you speak on Georgia, you're going to learn your lesson.
I mean, hey, black people, how come, you're asking the question, how come corporations, didn't hold Kanye accountable when he made anti-black comments? Black people, how come you not holding Kanye West accountable?
Correct.
When he makes anti-black comments?
Now, Kanye posted a picture of Lauryn Hill and said, love is the answer, God is love. Does anyone wonder what Ms. Hill's recording contract looked like and why she stopped recording professionally? We no longer will be used to oppression. Kweli was right on so many things. Sway was right. When you sell your name and likeness, let's free ourselves and bring back this frequency.
It's just strange how you can complain about, deals that you signed, but yet you also say that you were the richest black man in America. So which one is it? Did you sign a bad deal? Or did you sign deals that made you the so-called richest black man in America?
And he's not the richest black man in America.
I mean, we know this.
He never was.
We know this. But once again, man, I know you can't help anybody until they want to help themselves, but that plane is clearly crashing. And he is moving like a person who probably feels like they aren't going to be around much longer. We are watching a manic episode in real time, and if someone doesn't intervene, it's not going to end well. If you love Ye, get that brother some help.
All right, well, that is your rumor reports.
And I didn't see the whole, why the hat? Like, it was just stupid, childish. It was one of the dumbest things I've seen. Honestly.
I want that brother to get some help. Like, it's amazing. Everybody's cheering him on and round of applause, but it's just like, go help that brother. You clearly see that what he's going through is not normal. Like, he's clearly going through something that's not normal. We're watching a manic episode in real time, and everybody's just sitting around like, oh, yeah, go, Ye, go. No, stop, Ye, stop. Get that man some help.
Absolutely. All right. Well, we got front page news next year. What we talking about?
All right, well, let's talk about Joshua Primo from the San Antonio Spurs. They have opted to release him, and we'll tell you what he did and his response to being released.
All right. We'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
When it's time to get with someone special, the best way to do it is with Magnum large size condoms. That gold foil wrapper is a badge of honor, and it means you're protected. And you take care of things with comfort. Accept no substitutes. Bring the pleasure with the gold standard. Magnum large size condoms. Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get into some front page
how my guy
news.
Kodak did at the Powerhouse. Did you see Kodak?
Oh, yeah, Kodak
out.
came on right before Nicki. He got there a little late, but, the crowd loves some Kodak Black.
Word.
Yeah, I heard he brought out jerseys on Al Bial, so shout out to Kodak. All right, well, let's get into some front page news. Now, football scores, doesn't really matter.
Yes, it does matter. First of all, let's start with the number one score. The Dallas Cowboys beat the Chicago Bears 49-29. Nice 49 piece we put up. Dropping a clues bomb for the Cowboys. And the Giants got their ass washed by the Seahawks 27-13. That's all that matters.
Done. Well, the Broncos beat the Jaguars. Dolphins beat the Lions. Falcons beat the Panthers. Vikings beat the Cardinals. Cowboys won. We said that already.
Say
Saints
it
beat
again.
the Raiders. No, I'm not saying it again. Patriots beat the Jets. The Titans beat the Texans. And in Monday Night Football, the Bengals take on the Browns at 8:15. Now, what else we got, Easy?
All right, well, let's talk about Jake Paul. So he fought over the weekend. He beat Anderson Silva. Now he's challenging Canelo Alvarez. Here's what he said.
I want Nate Diaz, who's a bitch. He tried to come into my locker room. He tried to cause some shit. And then he always leaves the fucking arena. So Nate Diaz, stop being a bitch and fight me. You too, Canelo. You guys said, oh, you can't beat someone. You can't beat a striker. You can't beat a legend like Anderson Silva. I just did it. So why can't I beat Canelo? Y'all.
You're not going to beat Canelo Alvarez. So I guess you cursing me out by saying F you. You're not. In fact, Canelo's going to put you to sleep probably in the first round.
All right, he said his haters never give him credit. And
Listen, I enjoy Jake Paul. I ordered the fight twice because for whatever reason, when I ordered it on one TV, it said $4.99. So when I saw it say $4.99, I ordered it upstairs too. So it said $4.99. I don't know if that was a misprint or not, but on that screen it said $4.99. So I ordered it twice, and I was very entertained by that fight. Jake Paul did very well, but come on, bro, you're not beating Canelo Alvarez. Knock it off.
No, not at all.
all right, now San Antonio is waiving 19-year-old Joshua Primo. That decision was announced on Friday. Now, reps for the team have released a minimal amount of information behind their decision, but they said it is our hope that in the long run, this decision will serve the best interests of both the organization and Joshua. He is under contract for $4.1 million next season and $4.3 million in 2023 to 2024. He did not play in the game on Friday, but they are saying that there was incidents where he allegedly exposed himself to women. There were multiple alleged incidents of him doing that. He was a number 12 pick in the 2021 NBA draft, and that decision to release him on Friday was sudden and shocking, but they're saying it had to be very severe with these issues that are surrounding him. Now, he released a statement to ESPN. He said, I know that you all are surprised by today's announcement. I've been seeking help to deal with previous trauma I suffered and will now take this time to focus on my mental health treatment more fully. I hope to be able to discuss these issues in the future so I can help others who have suffered in a similar way. I appreciate privacy at this time.
How old did you say he was?
19.
I wonder, and I'm not saying what he did is right by any means, but I wonder when they have these young brothers get into the league like this and they start getting all this stardom and this fame, is there somebody out there helping him and guiding him? You know, because they go into the league at like 18, 17, some of these kids.
I don't even think they should wait till they get in the league. That's why I'm so big on, trying to push social and emotional learning and mental health literacy in schools, because you got to help these brothers raise their emotional intelligence levels, man. You can't give a 19-year-old multi-millions of dollars and they haven't fixed anything that's going on with them internally. All that money going to do is magnify it.
Well, he did say he's taking the time to focus on his mental health more fully. So, and at some point, he said he plans to be able to talk about it to help others. So we'll wait for that to happen because we definitely don't know all the details.
And 19 is very, very, very young, by the way.
I was going to say that. We don't know what he did, but you think about it, he just turned 19. He was 18 in the league, getting millions of dollars, traveling on the road, no parents, no supervision.
We also don't know when this happened, allegedly.
Right.
With these allegations.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, that is your front page news. And by the way, the state and the city of New York is going to pay $36 million to the men who were exonerated in Malcolm X's murder. So they have agreed to pay a man and his family of his late co-defendant $36 million. Muhammad Aziz, 84, and Khalil Islam, who died in 2009 at age 74, were convicted alongside Abdul Halim in the fatal shooting. And so now they're paying $36 million.
How does that money come? Does it come in one lump sum, or do they distribute it over? I mean, it can't be over time. Them brothers old. I want all my money now.
Yeah, I think they probably give it to you, and then you have to give a piece of it to your lawyer, I guess, whoever was fighting for you, and then taxes, of course. All right, and that is your front page news.
Yes, and also I want to just send a rest in peace to Calvin Butts. He's a Reverend Calvin Butts. He was leading one of the largest black churches in New York City, Morehouse brother. He actually baptized two of my kids. He baptized Madison and Logan. So I just want to send condolences to his family. Shout out to his wife, Pat Butts, who listens every morning. Miss Butts, good morning. And, we send our love, condolences, and a major, major staple in New York City and across the world. So just want to say rest in peace to Reverend Calvin Butts.
Definitely sending healing energy to Mr. Reverend Calvin's family, for sure.
Absolutely. All right. Now, when we come back, Body by Jake will be joining us, right?
His name is Jake Steinfeld, man. Yes.
But you know him as Body by Jake.
Yes, he does a lot of different things. He's a fitness personality, he's an entrepreneur, he's a producer, and yes, he develops businesses through the Body by Jake brand. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
And we'll talk to him next. So don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Wesley Power 105.1. The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
Who we got?
Body by Jake.
My man Jake Steinfeld, man. What's up, my brother?
What's up, guys?
How are you
doing?
How's it going?
Doing great. Doing great. You guys are looking sharp.
Oh, thank you.
Now, you got an album out called Don't Quit.
Don't quit, man.
Now, in 1984, you dropped an album called Don't Quit, but it's been, I guess, revitalized for the digital age, right?
Well, I'll tell you something. I did the first original soundtrack to an exercise video. And back in the day, in 84, you had Jane Fonda, Jane Kennedy, Victoria Prince, all these people doing exercise records, but it was the 1, 2, 3, and, that music behind it was like that kind of porn stuff. I never saw porn, but I just heard about it.
Okay,
that
sure.
music.
Yep.
And I wanted to do something that had some real soul because, exercise is a boring thing, but when you get exercise and music working together, it's amazing what you can really accomplish.
Correct.
So I met with a bunch of people, Universal Music, actually MCA Records at the time, Irving Azoff. I pitched him this idea, and I got this guy, Bobby Caldwell, who had a big hit in the 70s, What You Won't Do for Love.
What you won't do for love.
Right? And yeah. And he did Don't Quit. We shot a music video. MTV had just come on, and the song starts to go, man. And we got to number 56 on the dance charts.
Wow.
And I had Andre Fisher, who came from a band called Rufus in the 70s, and Chaka Khan produced the album with me. Now, after all these years, Beyonce and Drake dropped these 80s dance records, and Universal Music says, hey, Jake, we're going to re-release Body by Jake, Don't Quit. And there's this 8 great cuts of music. It's already being sampled by DJs around the country, and it's sick. It's insane.
They only put this album back out because of Drake and Beyonce bringing back that genre.
That's
wow.
And you didn't even think about doing that.
Honestly, I didn't think about it. They re-digitized the video. And the music is, when you listen to it, man, the stuff holds up. I mean, Leslie Smith, who's got a beautiful voice. We did 2 Jimmy Cliff tunes, man. And
That's my song.
So for people that don't know,
I
some of the people that you train, who did you train? So people that out there.
Well, listen, I was the first guy to do personal fitness training and made it an occupation back in, like
1980s.
1980, man. Back when the dinosaurs still roamed the earth. But I trained guys like Harrison Ford for, Raiders of the Lost Ark, and Steven Spielberg, Priscilla Presley, Bette Midler, Warren Beatty, all these guys, Madonna.
Madonna still looks good.
She does, man. And the interesting thing about it, man, look, I grew up here in New York. I was an overweight kid. I had a bad stutter growing up. My dad bought me a set of weights. when I was 13 years old, and it changed my life. And not only did the weights build my body, man, but it built my confidence and my self-esteem. And, you know, when you have confidence and you have self-esteem, especially today, you know, you talk to a lot of kids and, you know, Charles, you talk a lot about mental health issues. If you think about this for a second, you know, the greatest antidepressant is if you're anxious, if you're stressed out, if you're angry, if you're sad, if you're mad, exercise.
Yeah.
Just get your body moving.
Let me ask you
That's
this.
real.
What do you think
That's real.
about nowadays people just getting things like getting their abs done and the sculpting and the waist trainers and...
Listen, that's what makes horse racing, you know, and you got to find something that works for you. Look, there's something that I've always been very conscious of is to be authentic, and you can't buy trust.
That's right.
And I've been doing what I've been doing now for about 43, 44 years. And Charles, you know, now what I do, as you guys do, it's important to give back.
That's right.
And one of the things that I do is I put fitness centers in elementary and middle schools around this great country of ours. And
How many you got, Jake? Tell them how many you got.
I just come off the road on Friday with our 42nd state.
Wow.
And it was interesting because, you know, I'm now filling things in. So I was in Idaho, Nebraska, North Dakota, and South Dakota. Now, I've never been to any of those four states. And it's just amazing to see. And the great thing that you see, because you guys know, I mean, like the news is crummy these days, man. But I get the opportunity to go visit places where nobody goes to. And you meet people who do so much with so little and care so much about kids and community and family. And the three things that I live on, man, are health, hope, and family.
Did you create Major League Lacrosse?
Yeah.
Now talk about that.
So basketball is my first love, man. I went out for the basketball team when I was in 8th grade. Because I'm just telling you now with family, I was a great damn basketball player. I'm just telling you now. Listen, listen. I'm telling you, I was great because my mother said, "Jake, you're a great basketball player," and I really wasn't all that great. I love
mother's love.
I love the game, and I went out, and it was the first time that I kind of put myself out there, and I get cut, and it was pretty devastating. And this kid that I knew gave me this poem. And the last two lines of the poem, I just kept reading over and over again. Stick to the fight when you're hardest hit. It's when things seem worst that you must not quit.
That's right.
And it became a Bible verse to me. I trademarked the words, "Don't quit" in 1981. And I got started early, man. As I said, I was the first guy to do personal fitness training. Remember Ted Turner created Cable News Network, CNN. Gave me my first start doing the fitness break on Cable News Network and parlayed that sort of famous by association into television shows and books. And I created a television network called Fit TV in 1993, the first 24-hour linear fitness television network. So about Major League Lacrosse, I'm the guy, when everyone's going left, I go right, man. And everybody in Hollywood at the time were buying these minor league baseball teams. And I'm on a plane, I'm thumbing through this magazine, and I see this guy holding a lacrosse stick. Now, I played lacrosse in high school, wasn't all that great at lacrosse, man.
But your mom thought you were great.
My mother thought I was excellent at that. No, actually, she didn't want me playing lacrosse.
Okay.
You know, no, it's bad. Hitting people, bad, you know. And I'm reading about this article about this guy named Dave Morrow who started a company in his dorm room at Princeton called Warrior. Where I said, this guy's making lacrosse a lifestyle, like a young Phil Knight. I said, I'm going to give him a buzz. I called up the editor of the magazine. I said, you did an article on this guy, Dave Morrow. Could I get to the writer? I got the number, and I called Dave. And I said, listen, I read this article about you. I said, I got a question. Is there such a thing as pro outdoor lacrosse? He goes, no. I said, there is now. And that was May 1998.
Wow.
And we went on this incredible adventure, guys. And starting a professional sports league is, you know, see, Ice Cube has got the big three, and it's not for the faint of heart. And there's no book. You can't look up something and say, how do you start a professional sports league? And I looked at it as, how do you get sports legitimizers? So I went to Coca-Cola, who turned me down. I went to ESPN, who I was on my fitness show. They partnered with me, and I went to Bud Light and made a deal there. I did it for 20 years and just sold it. And
wow,
it's you know, life is about the adventure.
Yeah.
You know, it's about what you think you can do and then take it 25 other steps, because you guys got a huge audience and you got so many people who have so many ideas and so many dreams, and there's no reason why every single person who listens can't achieve their dream. The only reason why they don't achieve the dream is because they don't give it the shot.
All right, we got more with Jake Steinfeld. When we come back, it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Body by Jake Steinfeld. Charlamagne?
That's not the only thing only business you've built and then sold. What's been the most lucrative one?
Well, probably Fit TV, which was the television network. I mean, that was the one I sold to Rupert Murdoch.
For how much,
and,
Jake, if you don't mind putting a number?
$500 million. And well, that was the reason why back in the day I wanted to buy an NBA team. That's what I wanted to do.
Why didn't that happen?
There was nobody around. I didn't have any mentorship. Back in 1997, everyone, like I said, were buying minor league baseball teams, and it wasn't what I was interested in doing. Mm-hmm. It was just one of those moments, and I ended up founding Major League Lacrosse, and that was one of those insane adventures. Which every time down the road, it's just about taking shots. Mm-hmm. Charles, you and I were talking about now the fitness business, and I think there's a huge opportunity for what you do, especially with mental health. And how exercise can become an integral part of, just giving you the ability to have the power to feel good.
All right. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna let my wife and Tony handle that. And you're the chairman of the National Foundation for Governors Fitness Councils, right?
Yeah, man. I started. I actually started in California. Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'd go back a long time with when he became governor, named me chair of the Fitness Council in California, and. Look, like I told you guys, I was this overweight kid, and growing up, we took the President Kennedy's fitness challenge, and I would tell people, I ran a 50-yard dash in 3 days. So it wasn't set up. It wasn't set up for overweight kids or kids who weren't in shape, and it was more demoralizing. So I always said that when I started to become successful with Body by Jake, I said, I want to turn this thing around and I want to give back. So when I became chair of the Fitness Council in California, I had this idea to do this Governor's Fitness Challenge, which was to get kids active 30 to 60 minutes every other day for a month and do whatever you want to do. And I partnered with General Mills. I partnered with Blue Cross Blue Shield of California. And I created this sort of certificate of completion that Arnold and myself signed. So in 2006, we had 10,000 California kids take the challenge. By the time he ended his reign in 2011, we had 1,400,000 kids. Wow. And now I've been in this position, putting fitness centers in elementary and middle schools around the country with just a singular mission. That's what I wanted to do, taking on this position as chair of the National Foundation for Governors Fitness Councils.
That's important because... Well, first of all, I want to say a couple of things. I think especially nowadays, kids, I feel like sometimes would rather stay inside than go outside. And then I was going to say, I remember when it comes to elementary schools, in my school, we had a little tiny playground. It was like a cement yard that had a fence around it. And my gym and my teacher used to take gym away from us all the time. She would write gym on the board, and then she would if we were talking too much, she would cross out the G, then she would cross out the Y, and then she would cross out the M.
She played hangman on you.
Yeah,
she played hangman.
She didn't want to go outside with us, and so I do feel like for having that in the school, so we never had a gym in my school growing up in Brooklyn, and so doing something like that, I think, is an amazing initiative to get kids interested and understand the importance of physical activity.
That's wild because my kids don't want to stay inside. Like they want to go out. Like rainy days, they are excited to go out.
But you guys have a nice backyard and you know.
But even though like they want to go to the park, like after school, they want to stay at the park for a little bit. Like they enjoy going out. But it's just creating those things where they can go out,
And that's the thing. And I'm a big believer in, like anything else, if you give the schools the tools, it's amazing to see what could really happen.
Absolutely.
And this is a gift that when we do it, so I've got, what I do is I got 3 brand new $100,000 Don't Quit Fitness Centers. I call governors around the country cold. I never met these people. And my thing is, because I don't get involved in politics. I'm about kids. I'm about the future.
Getting things done.
Because if you get mixed up in you guys know, mixed up in the politics, everybody gets tangled.
Because say you got opposing politics to somebody, you're going to let that keep you from building a fitness center?
For kids.
Yeah.
Think about that, right? So I call these governors cold. And I say, I got 3 brand new $100,000 Don't Quit Fitness centers. We do this contest, right, where it's just for elementary and middle. And the reason why is because I think that kids in that age are still in that Gumby-ish stage. You know, they're still like sponges.
And most high schools and junior high school, they have gyms already because they got football teams.
They do. They got football, but they don't let all the kids train. And that's another whole for another time.
Yeah,
but, you know, here what I say is, if you get this gift, it's not a grant. You guys know politics. So there's grants and there's gifts.
That's right.
And we do this contest. So we do a joint press release with the governor, and then we choose the schools. And next year, I think I will hopefully get to New York, believe it or not.
Wow.
I don't talk politics, but this is my home state, and your last governor, man, never picked up the phone. But I'm just saying.
Wow.
Well, thank you for joining us today and sharing all this information.
And I know,
man.
and I believe you said the gyms are open to people in the community too, right?
Yes, as a matter of fact, we do. We ask them to keep the fitness center open before and after school and on weekends, and not just for the kids and the teachers, but moms and dads, grandmas and grandpas and aunts and uncles, so everybody can come in. And it's just amazing to see the camaraderie, the love, and the community that really happens. And I know we're all used to seeing gyms in every corner, but where we go, there's not gyms for 30, 40 miles or good, healthy food. So it's imperative that we all give back. The stuff that you guys do, I just want to say, is awesome. You know, Charles, you're a champ, man, and everything you do in such a positive way is awesome to see.
Thank you, brother.
It really is, man, and I appreciate you guys having me on. And
go get that Body by Jake Don't Quit album, man.
That's right, Jake.
Yeah, man.
Well, thank you for joining
available
us,
everywhere
brother.
you stream music.
Official Body by Jake, man, on Instagram. I mean, you guys got 10 million followers, man. Let's see, you can pump me up a little bit here. Pump it up. Here we go.
All right.
Double biceps. Let's do
Body
it.
by Jake.
That's
Just
right.
be careful if Charlamagne walks behind you in the gym, too. I just want to say that.
What are you talking about, man?
Check, please.
Exactly.
Check, please.
Sky, man.
Party of one.
Exactly.
Party of one.
This Breakfast Club is Body by Jake.
Yo, this La and wake that ass up.
Charlamagne
nice
the God,
throwback.
Angela Yee. Oh, very good throwback. People act like Soulja Boy don't got bops if you want to. Play with Big Soulja. Drop on the clues bombs for Draco. You know, they love Soulja Boy at Williams-Brice Stadium in South Carolina. Whenever they win, they play Turn Your Swag On.
Okay,
They
that's a
actually
good fun song to get hyped to.
Yep, they actually want him to make an appearance at Williams-Brice Stadium. So I already told Ivy, but Theo, holla at me. Get Soulja Boy to Columbia, South Carolina at 8:03.
All right.
Come to a game before the year's over. What the hell was that?
I don't know. Is that Envy? What is he doing?
Hey, listen, salute to everybody who came out to my screening of the movie Till this past Friday. I had a private screening for the movie Till this past Friday. Very important story. Of course, it's a tough story to watch, but man, we live in an era right now where people are either trying to revise history or omit history altogether. So I feel like the only way history is going to properly be documented is through the arts, you know, and art that is made by us. So salute to Whoopi Goldberg for helping to get the Till movie made. Great movie, man. And the lead actress who played Mammy Till, oh my God, if she don't get Oscar nominated, something wrong.
All right.
Something.
I can't wait to see that movie.
Let me pull that sister name up. Go ahead.
And let me I was going to say, shout out to all the kids I know heading to school this morning dressed up in their Halloween outfits. That's part of the reason why I'm home. I wanted to see my kids today in their parade. We don't never get to see them because we're usually working. So shout out to Logan, Jackson, Brooklyn, and am I forgetting one? And
Yes, I'm sure you are. You got
London,
20
London.
of them. I'm sure.
London. That's
Syracuse.
one, London.
Salute to Syracuse and Milwaukee, you know, Orlando. Just start naming random states. You'll get one of them. You start naming random countries. You'll get one of your kids' names right.
But shout out to London, Brooklyn, and Jackson on their way to school. They all dressed up and they're all happy. They're excited for Halloween tonight. So shout out to them. All
Yes,
right? Now
Daniel Deadweiler. Salute to Daniel Deadweiler. She plays Mammy Till Mobley in the Till movie. She needs to be nominated for an Oscar.
And I had a great weekend too. I actually was doing a fireside chat at the Black Wealth Summit, and it was really amazing. It was a sold out summit, so just being in that presence, I made some great connections there too. So I always encourage people. Networking is definitely part of being successful and going out and making sure you're in spaces with like-minded people.
Absolutely. Well, we got rumors on the way. What we talking about?
Yes, and we are going to be talking about look, I'm tired of talking about Kanye nonstop. It's hard to get away from it. So we're going to talk about something else in this next rumor report, and we'll talk about Halloween, what some of the celebrities were up to, some of your favorite costumes, all of that.
All right. We'll get into all that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. DJ, Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get to the rumors. Let's talk about a stinky celebrity.
Man, what?
This is The Rumor Report with Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
So listen up.
All right, well, Michael Ealy was on the Kelly Clarkson show, and he talked about filming Think Like a Man 2 and having a scene with Taraji P. Henson, who had to let him know that he was not smelling too good. He was a little tart.
We're doing a scene in Think Like a Man 2, and I had just had a kid, so I didn't get a chance to really work out and prepare for this role and stuff. So right before this scene where I'm like shirtless in the bed with her and stuff like that, I did about 250 push-ups. We were like in between takes, and she's like kind of like in here, because I'm like kind of on top of her, and we're just sitting there in between the take. And she says to me, she goes, you kind of ripe.
Wow.
which really translate into, man, you smell. That's just kind.
She was like, Michael Ealy is not perfect.
Dropping the clues bombs to Taraji P. Henson for telling the truth. I, too, love to tell light-skinned men they stink. Okay?
Yo, shut up.
I enjoy it. It's one of my favorite
When you're in bed with light-skinned men, too, you like to tell them they stink?
Ain't got
Okay.
nothing to do with being in the bed. I tell you that you stink all the time just because you're beige. All right?
Yeah, well, and you need that honesty.
That is good. By the way, that's a very black way to tell somebody they stink. Boy, you ripe, ain't he?
Overripe.
I'd rather get called ripe than musty. Musty is fighting word. Boy, you tell somebody they musty. Boy, you musty, ain't he?
I've never heard ripe, though. I've never
She
heard
was
ripe.
saying it in a nice way to let him know you stink. Okay.
Boy, you musty, ain't he?
All right, now the creator of Dahmer, Ryan Murphy, says that he did reach out to the victims' families and no one responded.
Yo, you stink, Ryan.
Now, he was speaking at an event in LA's DGA Theater, and here's what he had to say last week.
The interesting thing about the show, we haven't really talked about it. We haven't done a lot of press for the show. We've kind of waited. We wanted people to discover it and absorb it and talk about it. We reached out to around 20 of the victims' families and friends, trying to get input, trying to talk to people, and not a single person responded to us in that process. So we relied very, very heavily, and David can contest to this, on an incredible group of researchers who, I don't even know how they found a lot of the stuff, but it was just like a night and day effort to us trying to uncover the truth of these people. And it was a story that I was obsessed with.
Now, didn't the family say otherwise? Didn't the family say nobody reached out to them?
Yeah.
I'm going to believe the families.
He did say he's willing to pay the cost of a memorial for the victims if they should want to arrange something like that.
Huh?
He said there's some resistance because they think the park would attract people who are interested in paying homage to what happened, but he said, I think something should be done. But the truth is, because it's all public record, that's why you don't have to pay for that. There's another movie on Netflix right now. This was like the #1 movie over the weekend called The Good Nurse. I don't know if anybody watched that, but that was based on a true story. It was a nurse in New Jersey and Pennsylvania, and he killed a lot of people. He admitted to killing 29 victims, but they believe he killed more than 300 people in the hospitals.
Wow.
Dang.
Yeah. So that movie's
Did he
out
have a
right now.
target, or was it just random people?
They said he's never really explained why he did it. And so he would go and he would, inside of the liquid in the bags that you use the drip for, he would put the insulin in them and like other chemicals. That
So
would
just
clear.
any people? Not like
Yeah.
wasn't
Sometimes
racially
he wouldn't
motivated?
even know who was getting the bag because he
That's
just
sick.
Yeah, that's just definitely sick. And, I think part of that movie was to talk about the system and how broken it was because he would just go from hospital to hospital. And because hospitals don't want to get sued, they'll cover it up. They'll just transfer him or fire him, and then he'll get hired somewhere else.
Oh, so they knew he was doing it?
There was a lot of the nurses and other doctors would notice that when he was there, all these patients would be dying. And so it was kind of unspoken. And then people didn't want to lose their job, so they didn't want to say anything. And then the hospital would cover it up because they don't want those lawsuits. And then he would just end up getting hired somewhere else.
I'm ready for the aliens, man. Come on, UFOs. Come on, extraterrestrials, please.
Now, Evan Peters also detailed the process that went into his portrayal of Jeffrey Dahmer. And he was in a panel over the weekend. He said he spent 4 months preparing for that role. He took into account every single detail of Dahmer's physicality to ensure that his portrayal was as accurate as possible. He said he has a very straight back. He doesn't move his arms when he walks. So I put weight on my arms to see what that felt like. I wore the character shoes with lifts in them, his jeans, his glasses. I had a cigarette in my hand at all times. He said initially he wasn't sure about accepting that role. He said, I went back and forth on whether I should do it or not. I knew it was going to be incredibly dark and an incredible challenge, but once he took on the role, he said he went deep, and according to Ryan Murphy, he basically stayed in that character for months.
Now, let me ask y'all a question. Is it just me, when y'all out and about, do y'all feel like y'all see Jeffrey Dahmer like 2 and 3 times? Like, I just be out and about, and I be like, oh, that person looked like Jeffrey Dahmer. That person looked like Jeffrey Dahmer. Is it just me?
Yeah, I don't know where you be at, bro. I don't see nobody look like no damn Jeffrey Dahmer.
I be thinking that all the time. I just be seeing random white men with glasses, and I'm like, oh, that dude look like Jeffrey Dahmer, don't he?
All right, and who do you think had the best Halloween costume that you've seen on social media? This whole... I saw...
Oh, Diddy, by far.
Yeah, Diddy did it.
Joker? Did he get the Joker?
Because Diddy went full Joker, for real.
He did.
Did he really let the character take him over?
Yeah, I mean, he was even arguing... in character, and I'm not sure how this argument started. But
that's one of the funniest humans that ever walked the face of the earth, and not try to be funny. Yes,
absolutely.
All right, well, listen to this.
You're a clown! Now you don't like me? Then motherfucker get to it. If you don't like me, you motherfucking front, get to it. Don't fucking play with me on Halloween. I'm out here with love. You wanna have love? It's what up there. What's up? You come over here and I'll bust your shit. Nah, hey, keep it fucking. Make sure you don't never talk to me like that. I'm love, man. Keep that macking, man. You really taking over my energy right now? So what did I do to you? For this crowd. Don't do it for this crowd. What did I do to you? Don't know who I am? Come here, give me a hug, though. You lucky, though. You lucky. I'm really about that.
That's him arguing with Michael J. Ferguson, who plays 2-Bit.
Yeah, he got out of character a little bit. He sounded Harlem for a little bit.
He sounded like he was mixing Ciroc and De Leon before he left the house. That's what that sounded like to me.
But they posted this, and I saw Diddy respond. They had a fun night. It's all love, hugged like Black kings should do when it comes to some BS. Love, love, love.
I think Lizzo was dope too. Lizzo had the dope outfit. She
Which
was
one?
Marge Simpson.
Oh,
no,
she
Marge
was also
Simpson.
Krishan.
Yeah, I seen that
You
too.
saw that one. And Krishan liked that costume. I saw people like going in like, oh, you trying to make fun of her or whatever, but Krishan said she loved it.
Tiger was E.T. I thought that was dope.
Tiger did a great job.
I like Tiger one too.
Yeah.
Tiger was dope.
Mm-hmm.
And what's up? Lori Harvey did some Beyonce poses. That was dope too.
I saw Chloe Bailey with Storm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they went Lotto.
What was Lotto?
Yeah, it was Lotto.
What is it? I don't know what this character. You know, I don't be knowing these characters. I know you probably know.
That's the Bride of Chucky, ain't it?
Oh yeah, okay, Bride of Chucky.
The Bride of Chucky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so there you go. A lot of people were dressed up. It was cute. It was cute. Wiz Khalifa was an In-N-Out employee.
No, he did that before though. I thought that was an old picture. I think that was a throwback picture.
Oh, it was? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw that picture.
I think he did that before. I might be wrong. I thought he did that
And then
before.
you saw the Kardashian kids, Kim Kardashian and Kanye's kids. They were cute.
That was dope. Yeah, they did.
Aaliyah, Eazy-E.
Why y'all ain't dressed up today, man? Why am I the only person in here in costume?
And Snoop.
Why you acting like Halloween?
I don't know.
ain't
You
gonna
look
exist?
crazy though.
It's Halloween, Yee. What you mean?
Because no one else is doing it.
I don't know.
I like dress up.
Well, Envy, you do that at home.
Yeah, now I'm dressed up now. Yeah.
All right. Well, that is your rumor report.
Kelly Rowland was Catwoman. That was dope.
Mm-hmm.
Kerry Washington was Lionel Richie. That was dope.
We got to get ready for Donkey of the Day. We'll talk about it some more.
I was trying to find a wig because I was going to come in as Angela Yee today with that the whatchamacallit wig, but I couldn't find one.
What's the
whatchamacallit wig? I want to hear you explain this one.
Nah, because you got like curly hair on the side, so they have like the curly wig. I was going to try to do the Angela Yee pose and hairdo.
People would have thought, Envy, that you went again and got implants. I'm glad you didn't do it.
And you could have just bought a wig from Angela's wig shop. Don't you got a wig shop?
Yeah, I could have. You could have got something from Private Label.
Yeah, there you go.
Damn, next time. All right. Well, who you giving your donkey to?
Before after the hour, let's talk toxic relationships. Why don't we? Okay. Yes.
All right. We'll get to that next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
When it's time to get with someone special, the best way to do it is with Magnum large size condoms. That gold foil wrapper is a badge of honor, and it means you're protected. And you take care of things with comfort. Accept no substitutes. Bring the pleasure with the gold standard. Magnum, large size condoms.
Charlamagne, say the gang, dunk it, other Charlamagne.
You are a donkey. It's time for Donkey of the Day.
Donkey of the Day does not discriminate. I might not have the song of the day, but I got the Donkey of the Day.
So if you ever feel I need to be a donkey, man, hit me with the heat.
Yeah, it's the Breakfast Club, bitches. Who's Donkey of the Day today?
Well, Ed Sheeran, today's Donkey of the Day is very sad. Donkey of the Day for Monday, October 31st goes to 33-year-old Keisha Golden of Chicago, Illinois. Salute to everybody from the Chi. This story saddens me deeply for a number of reasons, but it's a teachable moment in this story, and it's a simple lesson. Stop trying to make toxic relationships work. Whenever I see these articles that have headlines like 10 necessary steps to fix a toxic relationship, I don't pay attention to any of those. Okay, the ones I pay attention to are 10 steps to end a toxic relationship or 10 steps on how to stop being in a toxic relationship, because the reality is toxic relationships do not end well. And this leads me to the story I'm about to tell you today. Keisha Golden, 33 years old. Her boyfriend and multiple family members at the house kicking it on a Sunday, and they began to argue over the microwave. Okay, listen to what I just said. They started to argue over the microwave, and Keisha knocked the plate out her boyfriend's hands. Now, let me tell you something. When you get to the point where y'all arguing over something as simple as microwave use, it's time to move on. Okay, next thing you know, you're going to start hating the way the person chews. You're going to start hating the way the person breathes. Everything about the person is going to start pissing you off, and that's what this situation sounds like to me. It's not the microwave use that pissed Keisha off. It's everything that has been going on in their life previously that I'm sure culminated into this microwave moment. Trust me, whatever has been happening with these two was brewing and baking for a while, and this microwave moment was the final stand, because after Keisha knocked the plate out of her boyfriend's hand, her boyfriend grabbed her and pushed her down against the counter. Her uncle intervened, stepped between them, broke them up, and then Keisha's boyfriend went to their bedroom, and Keisha allegedly continued to argue with him before grabbing a knife. A family member tried to separate them, but Keisha allegedly reached around him and stabbed her boyfriend in the thigh. Golden's boyfriend, who has not been identified, was taken to a hospital with a severed artery and died. Now, there's a lot of nuance to this story. Number one, she's 8 months pregnant with her boyfriend's child. I'm sure emotions were through the roof, hormones off, all types of things going on, not making excuses or justifying anything she did, just giving some nuance. And remember what I said, you just don't get to the point of arguing over microwave use and that leading to a murder. Okay, prosecutors said Keisha had no criminal history, but since June, between her and her boyfriend, they have filed 5 domestic violence reports with police. 5! In 4 of the incidents, Golden accused her boyfriend of physical violence, including choking, slapping, or punching her. In a report made in August with police, her boyfriend accused her of stabbing him in the neck. He was hospitalized, but he didn't press charges. Let me tell you something, man. We live in a society that really, really, really loves plane crashes. We see it all the time. Nobody wants to truly help anyone. In fact, instead of getting people help when we see they need it, we pull out our phones and record the dysfunction. And then when situations like this happen, everyone acts shocked and surprised and can't believe it, as if all the signs weren't right there in your face. These two individuals had no business together, which is why I told you I don't read articles that tell you how to fix a toxic relationship. There's no fixing a toxic relationship, okay? It's just a trauma bond until both individuals decide to go fix themselves individually, okay? Do some work on themselves individually, okay? 2 healed people or 2 people on a healing journey can have a healthy relationship. 2 unhealed people can't do anything but hurt each other, okay? So how do you end a toxic relationship? Carefully. And I'm not no relationship expert, but I do know that, at least for me, the number one way to end a toxic relationship is to stop being in denial about the relationship. That's the first step to solving any problem. Deal with it. Head up with truth. Stop lying to yourself, okay? Listen to Eve. Love is blind 100 times until you realize that what you think is love is truly not. You need to elevate and find, okay? What you have to go from, you have to go from denial to acceptance, okay? Once you accept you are someplace you don't need to be, then you can work on leaving. And that's all I got. Okay, the rest you got to talk to an expert about. We'll talk to your therapist or something. But I am really tired of us just standing around watching dysfunction until it's too late. Now this woman who is 8 months pregnant is in jail with a $2 million bail. And a man is dead. for no other reason than nobody intervened to say, hey, enough is enough. Please give Keisha Golden of Chicago the biggest hee-haw. Tragic story, man.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible.
All right. Well, thank you for that donkey today.
Yes, indeed.
Now, let's open up the phone lines. 800-585-1051. Let's talk about smelling tart, smelling ripe, musty, funky.
Your musty ass. Boy, you sit your little musty ass down somewhere now. Salute to 843.
Now, do you remember a time where you smelled musty, funky, and somebody picked it up, or you just felt embarrassed? 800-585-1051. I have one.
I know you stink right now.
No, I don't.
I got one too, but I ain't telling it. But just know, having a black wife will save your stink ass life. Okay?
Yeah.
Dropping a clues bomb for my wife. All right? Telling you when you stink.
So the last 50 Cent interview, I ran out the house and I didn't put deodorant on. And I'm a sweater. When I say I'm a sweater, I sweat. Like I sweat when I sleep, I sweat.
You're a sweater.
And I remember doing that interview and I remember smelling myself.
Ooh, the mic
and I didn't even
smells
want
you.
to take a picture with y'all because I stank so bad. Like I
So-
ran to
so-
the back.
So that day I told you stunk. That was the truth. I mean, I tell you stink all the time just because you light skinned.
I feel like there's been several instances where Envy stinks.
He definitely has. I agree with you.
No, that's not true. Shut
Yes,
up.
there have.
No, it hasn't.
We actually had a meeting about it.
Musty is one thing, but boy, when somebody tell you your ass stink.
Or you
Once
know
again,
what? When
dropping a
people
clues
say
bomb
it and
for
you're
my
not
wife.
in the room, you're like, yo, y'all.
I don't talk behind people back like that. If you stink, I'm gonna tell you in some way.
We
shape,
actually
or
had
form.
to do an intervention one time.
With who?
We
Somebody here?
well, we had an intern.
Hey!
Yes, we did. We did it here. Yep, we sure did.
How did
Let's
that
not
go?
do that though. Let's not do that.
Yeah,
though.
let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. That's
But we
not-
did, yeah.
See,
But-
you talk too damn much.
Yeah, you go too far.
And then
800.
people used to make jokes. They'd be like, "You smell me," and then
Not me. I ain't make no joke.
I didn't make no jokes.
I was honest.
wait, I don't know who y'all are talking about.
Who you talking about?
Oh, you're talking about someone else.
Oh, I thought you were talking about 800.
I was talking about when I was at Sirius.
You sounded like you sounded
But
like
it sounds like y'all are
right
talking
there.
about a different person.
Yeah, I don't know if you was involved in that one, Envy.
There's me and you.
Yeah, me, you, and the
So you told him?
Definitely.
Yeah, we did.
But
y'all talked about it first before you told him.
No. I told him as soon as it hit my nostrils. But you know what? He was working too hard. There was something going on around that whole time, and
yes,
we all had to be here for like days.
Yes,
it was a natural disaster.
Yes, well,
So no one else stunk but this person.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Who laughing? That's Taylor. Ask Taylor. You better not laugh, Taylor. You better shut up.
800-585-1051. Let's have musty stories. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Musty stories. Pull out your phone. Call in right now. Call me. Add your opinion to the Breakfast Club topic. Break it down. 800-585-1051. The Breakfast Club. Big time. Pick up the phone, baby. Call 800-585-1051 to join into the discussion with the Breakfast Club. Talk about it.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, if you're just joining us, we're talking musty stories.
Right.
All right?
You've smelled a few times.
Boy,
I wouldn't say a
musty,
few
ain't he?
times. No, I remember one time. It
I
was
remember
actually
more.
recently when 50 came through. I ran out the house, didn't put deodorant on, and I'm a sweater, and I smelled myself during that interview. I ran in the back, and I even tried to put deodorant over the funky. It didn't work, so that's why with that picture, I kind of took a picture and I left. I got out of Dodge because I didn't want nobody to smell me. So I've been there before. What about you guys?
I don't really get musty too much. You know what I'm saying? Not that I know of. I don't really get musty too much. But, I've definitely, been in situations where, the wife had to let me know my ass was stank. Like my ass, like my actual ass. Like
I'm not going back there.
Goodness gracious.
like the actual ass. So, yes, that is a very
like chitlins.
humbling experience. I don't know what it smells like, but yeah, that is a very humbling experience. But that's when you know you got like a real partner, because she not judging you. She just letting you know, like, hey, bruh, you need to go do something about that.
I definitely think during the pandemic, there were times when I was just home for a couple of days, didn't shower, and then I'd be like, I think I got to take a shower.
Yeah, what's crazy is the part of the body that I think, at least for me as a man, that I smell the most is the testicles. Like
You smell your testicles?
yeah, like after you work out or something, like that's the
You smell
part that
like
really
itch.
be right. You know
Yeah,
what I
punch you
mean?
right in the face. Yep, absolutely.
That's the one. Like when you take them, your boxer briefs off or
That's
whatever.
awful.
Like
I wouldn't want to smell anyone's testicles. You know what? I did have, I did date this guy who, when he would take his Timbs off, his feet stunk. I told him no, and then he had to go get like medication, like foot fungus medication.
yeah, I never had
that's
stink
usually-
feet.
Yeah, that's usually when people don't wear socks. That's
That's
usually
you.
where that
You
comes
don't
from.
wear socks sometimes, MV.
I wear socks only. Well, no, my shoes. I don't wear socks when I
MV,
dress
you
up.
do not. I've seen you in here a couple times barefoot.
No, that's
Nah,
true. Like
I
I
don't-
always thought
wear low socks.
I always thought stink feet was like fake, like just something you see on TV. Until back in the day, we started wearing what we would call N-word socks, which was no socks. And yes, when your feet sweat, you'd be like, "Damn,
Yeah.
what
I
that
wear-
is? Cheese?"
Yeah, I wear low socks. But let's go to the phone lines. Hello, who's this?
This is Ayana.
See, Yana, that's why you be musty right there.
Ayana, what's
That's why you
going
be
on?
musty. That's why you be musty right there, Yana.
Charlamagne, the guy, I love you. My birthday is June 29th.
Hey, Cancer Gang. Now stop working up a sweat now. Stop working up a sweat with that natural Crystal Rock deodorant you got on.
Stupid. We can smell you.
I know, but Charlamagne, I do want to say, first of all, I love you guys. I've been calling for years, and Charlamagne, I do want to shout out for the mental health. I got a topic one time about I'm a corrections officer. I work in the prison, but now I'm a nurse in corrections. So I know about mental health in the correction system. So I would love to have a conversation with you. But anyway, so the incident was me and this guy, we had went out. And every time I go out, I get really, really nervous and I start sweating. So we went to a restaurant and I had smelled something when the waiter had walked by and I was like, And then he was like, why did you make that face? The dude I was with, I was like, I thought that dude, he must be. Smell like, when you first get musty, when you hit puberty. And he was like, oh, okay. So we're talking and stuff and we have our fun, we eat and stuff, we get ready to leave. I still smell the must. And then I'm like, well, maybe it wasn't the waitress, maybe it's the dude that I'm with. So as I'm walking off to myself, as I'm talking to myself, and then I had walked off, I had, went to give him a hug. When I reached my arm around, I was like, wait a minute, is that me? Not only was it me, but my armpits, I had the biggest circle of sweat up under my armpits, and I hurry up and put it down. He was like, babe, I smell that same smell that I smelled in the restaurant.
It was you.
I said, maybe we brushed up against something. I said, but I talked to you straight and hurt, but got in my car and couldn't believe that it was me.
Why you just ain't order a whole bunch of onions to make it to throw them off a little bit?
Oh my gosh.
I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. I smelled like when I first got musty, and that is that first onion smell, and I couldn't believe it.
Have you spoken to him since?
No, we didn't last that long because I was so embarrassed, so I sabotaged the relationship because I felt like I can't get over a guy on the first date of being musty because I'm going to look at you as always musty. And I feel like I'm going to smell it.
You know that's how he describes you. When he run across you on social media, he'd be like, oh, that's old musty-ass girl from that restaurant.
Damn it, man.
Musty girl from the restaurant. You know Musty Girl. Remember Musty Girl?
Hey there, musty girl.
Seriously, our birthdays are June 29th.
Yes.
I'm a Cancer, and like I said, the mental health, somebody called to action about the prison system. And like I said, I was a corrections officer for 16 years. I went back and got my BSN in nursing. I'm back in the prison.
I'm going to put you on hold and I'm going to get your information, all right?
All right, now let me ask you a question. What's worse, musty smelling or burnt hair smelling?
Musty.
What are you talking
Burnt
about?
hair
It's
is
not even
burnt
close.
hair. What are you talking about?
Nah, that burnt hair smell, that smells kind of, that smells nasty.
See, burnt hair, you can't really control. It's like, you burnt your hair. The curling iron was too hot, whatever it was. But must, that's all on you.
All right, 800-585-1051. We're having musty conversations this morning. Let's talk about it. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Call me. Add your opinion to the Breakfast Club topic. Come on. 800-585-1051.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, if you're just joining us, we're having musty conversations. Now, this is coming from Michael Ealy. What happened with Michael Ealy, Easy?
He was on Kelly Clarkson's show, and he was talking about an incident where Taraji P. Henson told him that he smelled ripe.
We're doing a scene in Think Like a Man 2, and I had just had a kid, so I didn't get a chance to really work out and prepare for this role and stuff. So right before this scene where I'm like shirtless in the bed with her and stuff like that, I did about 250 push-ups. We were like in between takes, and she's like kind of like in here, because I'm like kind of on top of her, and we're just sitting there in between the take. And she says to me, she goes, you kind of ripe.
Which really translate into, man, you smell. That's just kind.
She was like, Michael Ealy is not perfect.
All right, so we're asking 800-585-1051. Have you ever been in that predicament? Hello, who's this?
My name is Troy Rita.
Hey, Troy Rita. Have you had a musty situation?
I have a lot of musty situations.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, my
Why you so musty?
You need to get that fixed.
Charlamagne, because I'm like Envy. I sweat a lot. I sweat a ridiculous amount. And all my life, pretty much up until my mid-20s, I used to really smell a lot. But now, I don't have that problem now. But I remember this one particular time I was working at Amazon. And if anybody knows, anybody working at Amazon, you know, we work hard, we sweat, you know, we work this machine in there. So one day I was picking, and my coworker, my friend Tyrone, was sewing, and he was kind of like sitting on the ladder and sewing at the lower level. And I walked past him, and he was like, girl, like, you got a little BB going on? I was like, no. He was like, I can smell you. And I was like, oh, my fucking God. Like, I was so embarrassed because I was wearing certain type of leggings that would, like, trap the moisture.
Ooh.
So
man.
It wasn't allowing my vagina to like breathe freely. It was like trapping the sweat and the smell. So I kind of like had a smell, and he could smell me when I walked past.
What you just said should be a teachable moment for all women. Men, we call that wolf pants. And the reason we call that wolf pants is because when you take them leggings off, that all day smell just hits you. Woof. Like right in your face. Woof.
But that's why you got to wear cotton. That's why you got to make sure it's cotton.
Okay.
Because cotton will allow the air to flow. The other stuff, the nylon and all that, no, it doesn't. It just traps it.
Okay.
Oh, musty poom poom.
Good to know.
And you know what's crazy? You know, this is going to sound crazy.
When you wear leggings, you get the same thing?
Up. No, shut up. Men's deodorant, women's deodorant works better than men's deodorant for me. I don't know why.
I can give you a million reasons for that. And it starts with you probably accepting the fact you need to transition.
Yo, shut up, man. Hello, who's this?
This is Sunny D. Sunny D.
Okay,
Sunny D, good morning.
Sunny, Smelly D. Tell us your story, Smelly D.
Good, okay, but see, that's the thing, though. I had to let y'all know my musty story is a no must. I actually don't smell. And I'm not even trying to toot my own horn here. I've actually had people tell me
that you don't smell?
You smell good. And I'm like, I'm literally, I'm over here meanwhile sniffing myself like, you sure I feel like I smell a little spicy right now? But they're like, no, you smell nice.
So you called to tell us you don't smell.
Now, let me tell you something.
I called to let you know that I am so unmusty, I had to let you know that I don't smell.
Now, Sunny D.
My natural funk smells delicious.
Sunny D, that lets me know exactly how musty you are, and I'm going to tell you why.
Okay. All right.
I knew somebody growing up that always had a smell, and he smelled so bad that it was just a joke. And so people would always tell him he smelled good just because he stank. In fact, I saw a girl walk up to him one time and say, "Ooh, you smell so good. What you wearing?" And he said, "Cool water." And we laughed. I
am so dead. Well, and to be very real with you, I don't know if it's because of the deodorant that I wear or sometimes that I don't wear deodorant like that at all, but I really don't have like a funk.
There is people listening right now that know Sunny D, and they are dying laughing because they like, man, she be so stink.
And they're gonna be the ones that call in and say, you know what, she's actually right. She does smell good.
All
I
right.
had people this weekend at Halloween parties and everything else, no perfume, no nothing. They're like, damn, girl, you smell good.
Sunny D, stop it. If you're not wearing a fragrance, ain't nobody just randomly telling you that you smell good. It's either a fragrance or the fabric softener on your clothes.
I am so dead. Well, it could be my fabric softener. It could.
Big D, you got a man?
I think that's Suavitel, you know.
I call her Big D. Her name ain't no damn Big D. It's Sunny D.
Sunny D. Yeah, you have a man, Sunny D?
Sunny D. That's me.
You single?
No, actually, I'm dating. I'm not single. I'm dating.
Okay, all right. Just curious. All right. Well, thank you, Sunny D.
Why? And he's one of the ones that tells me I smell good too, everywhere. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, Sunny D.
All right, girl.
Congratulations. The moral of the story. I want to quote SpongeBob SquarePants for this moral of the story. I smell the smelly smell of something that smells smelly. That is SpongeBob SquarePants. End quote.
All right. Now we got rumors on the way, Easy.
Yes, and we'll talk about the wealthiest hip-hop artist. That list is out. We'll tell you who's number one.
All right. We'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
I mean, he didn't know what you was about to talk about.
I just told you.
This
hear you
is
play the music.
Report with Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
Ain't give no tease.
Well, we're talking about hip hop's wealthiest hip hop artists. All right, and so who do you think is number one on that list?
This year,
Jay-Z.
number one, Jay-Z. Yeah. Jay-Z, I think.
Hove.
Yes, he is. A net worth of $1.5 billion.
Mm-hmm.
All right, who's in second place?
Second place, Sean Combs.
Yeah, Diddy.
Yes,
I'm sure
he
it was
is.
Kanye, but it's Diddy now, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. So, yes, Diddy is now in second place on that list.
Number three,
I would say
Dr. Dre. It's been this way for years, by the way.
Yeah.
It's always been Jay, Diddy, and Dre in some way, shape, or form until Kanye infiltrated it a couple years ago.
Now, let's talk about so Kanye, I guess his net worth has dropped down recently. You guys see that Burner made the list this time, though, right?
That's
Dropping
amazing.
the clues bombs for Burner.
Congratulations to him. Right after his birthday, new album out. I think it's a double album, too, and now he's on the list of the wealthiest hip-hop artists. So congratulations.
And healthiest, thank God.
Healthiest and wealthiest, yes. All right, so Jay-Z, Diddy, Ye is still number 3, and Burner's number 4, and then Dr. Dre.
Oh, Dre's number 5? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, congratulations to Burner. What he's done with that Cookies brand is pretty damn amazing. He just opened up a store in New York. He just opened up a store in Miami. And the clothes is just selling through the roof. So shout out to Burner, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Burner has released around 40 albums, and all of them have been on the Billboard's top R&B hip-hop albums chart. He started his cannabis club at the age of 18 after meeting Wiz Khalifa. He operated that until 25 years old, and then he was also signed by Wiz Khalifa under Taylor Gang. Then he launched the clothing and lifestyle store called Cookies and sold lunch bags, duffel bags, smell-proof backpacks, and things like that. And congratulations to him.
Salute to Burner. He built
Yeah.
the empire, man.
He did.
And super cool and humble. He always comes up here when he's in town.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now let's talk about Little Louisiana Fest. Lil Wayne brought out Drake on the stage. And so congratulations to them for pulling that off. You know, Little Louisiana Fest was supposed to take place on August 27th, but it was delayed at the last minute, and now it did happen. And then he also did a high school reunion party with his former classmates. Lil Wayne is just doing the most random stuff, but he brought his high school class of 2,000 together at, it's called McMain High School. I guess that's why McMain is named McMain.
You lying.
In New Orleans.
That's what it's called, McMain High School?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Did you guys know that?
I had no idea. I thought McMain's real name was McMain.
What would your high school be called? What would your name be called if it was your high school, Charlamagne?
What do you mean, what would my name be
What was
called?
the name of your high school?
Berkeley High School, Moncks Corner, South Carolina, the Stags, baby. Dropping the clues bombs for them Stags. Berkeley High School all day.
So that would your name would be Berkeley. What would yours be, Yee?
I went to 2 high schools, so Poly Prep and Columbia.
I went to 2 high schools too because I got kicked out of Berkeley, and then they sent me to Stratford High School where my mom worked. But then I ended up getting kicked out of
I
Stratford.
could be named
too.
Poly.
How did you get kicked out of school your mom works for? I would be St.
I was-
Francis,
I
but
was-
how did you
I
get
was-
kicked out
I
of
was-
school your mom works
She
for?
was like, thank goodness.
I was a trouble.
Get him out of here.
All right, now Will Smith, during a private screening of his Emancipation movie, is talking about who called him for 10 days straight after that whole Oscars slap happened. Here's what he had to say.
You know, we met each other, we seen each other around, but we weren't like friends. And the day after the Oscars, for 10 days, he called me every day. Wow. And he was like, hey, you know you the champ, right? You good? You know you the champ, right? I want you to hear my voice say it. Every day he called me, and it's like, that's my dude forever right there. Let me tell you.
Floyd Mayweather is who he's talking about. Floyd called him every single day.
Floyd called him
for
every
10
day to tell
days.
him work on his technique. Next time, you know what I'm saying? throw the punch, not the slap. That's what it was?
No, he said, you know you the
Showing
champ.
moral support.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they wasn't even really friends like that before that. So that's interesting that he decided to call him every day. All right, Julia Roberts revealed that Martin Luther King Jr. helped her parents pay the hospital bill for her birth. She said her parents were close with him and his wife. Coretta Scott King, and she said that her parents were struggling to afford the bill at the time. So she told Gayle King that one day Coretta called my mother, asked her if her kids could be part of the school because they were having a hard time finding a place that would accept her kids. Her mom was like, sure, coming over, and they all just became friends, and they helped us out of a jam.
Now, I saw that. That's a very interesting story. I wanted to hear more because, we all know the civil rights movement was funded by different individuals, whether it was Aretha Franklin, Harry Belafonte, whoever. So I always wondered, where did Martin Luther King Jr. them get the extra cash to be able to help Julia Roberts out? Julia Roberts' parents out. You know what I mean?
Right, with the hospital bill.
But that's interesting. Those are the kind of stories I like to hear. I've never heard that story before. I don't know if that was a well-known thing. I've never heard it.
Mm-hmm. My parents, fun fact, never paid for me. They said they never got a bill from the hospital.
Really?
Yeah, I'm sure that statute of limitations is way over, but my mom's always like, you were free.
What? Tell us more, Yee.
They just never got a bill from me being born. I guess they just never had to pay. I don't know what happened.
Wow. They looked at you as a kid and was like, this one's free. Woo.
You sure you're not adopted?
I don't know.
I'm just saying. Like, that sounds like a story you tell somebody when you still trying to keep the you're not adopted lie going.
Maybe.
Goodness
It had to be
gracious.
when I was a little baby. We got pictures.
Either that or the stork bought you.
All
One of the
right.
two.
An NFL star Xavier Howard is being sued for allegedly knowing about and passing on an incurable STD. The victim is seeking over $30,000. Did something happen between y'all? Okay.
Yeah, right? Goodness gracious. You want to tell us, bro?
Why are you?
Goodness gracious. Something you want to tell us?
But a woman is claiming that he gave her an incurable STD, and her name is Jane Doe in the suit. She said she asked him for his STD results prior to having sex. He produced negative results and didn't inform the woman when that status changed. Now, reportedly, she claims that he contracted the unnamed incurable disease sometime in 2019, and then she tested positive the following year. And she said with knowledge of his incurable STD and without disclosure, defendant Howard continued to engage in unprotected sex with plaintiff without informing her of the same. She also alleges in the suit that he is the only individual who could have transmitted it to her, additionally sharing messages from him as proof of what happened after she confronted him. Reportedly, he initially denied the allegations, but then later confessed. The text reportedly read, "Man, I've been told you I was sorry for giving it to you. But what can I do now? The damage is done. You keep bringing it up as if it's going to change something. Like your ass can't move on."
Yo. No, it's funny because when you said that, I know exactly what that text looked like. With
That's
all
what
them
it said.
N's.
Yeah, it had all the A's.
Boy, they got to build a wall around niggas, man. I'm telling you, boy, Lord have mercy. Now, I haven't been in the streets in a long time, but if you have to ask somebody for their STD results before you sleep with them, you probably shouldn't sleep with them, right?
Well, no, that's a responsible thing to do.
Yeah, it's
maybe at
responsible.
first you use protection, but then when you're like, okay, now we've moved past that, so
Oh, got you.
if
Okay.
we're both negative,
Even before you use protection, you just want to double check just in case protection breaks. There's things around it, so just I think that's responsible.
I think it's a responsible thing. We encourage people
Absolutely.
to actually question those types of things.
Yeah, I just wonder when you get to that point in the conversation, because a lot of times you want like things like sex to be spontaneous, right? So it's like if you ask somebody for the results, then that person knows, like, oh man, I'm about to hit,
Bro, they're asking for credit scores at first dates, like it protects them.
All right.
Lord have mercy.
But let's get ready for the People's Choice Mix.
That's right.
MB,
People's Choice
what you
Mix.
doing live today, baby?
Halloween theme. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Why you sound so
The
unhyped?
Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Any first responder will tell you, never try to beat a train. After braking, it can take a mile for a train to completely stop. So when you come to a rail crossing, stop, because trains can't. Paid for by NHTSA.
Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Again, happy Halloween to everybody out there. Y'all be safe out there taking the kids trick or treat, a party, and y'all just be safe out there.
Yeah, happy Halloween, man. Everybody enjoy trick or treat safely, or treat or trick safely, or trunk or treat safely, or whatever you're doing. Do it safely. And also, I want to salute everybody who came out to my screening this past Friday of the movie Till. Till came out this weekend. I hope that y'all went out there and saw it, because we know that we live in a society right now where history is either being revised or omitted from the history books altogether, the real history of this country. And I think that the only way a lot of these stories are going to be properly documented are through the arts. So I'm glad that, Whoopi Goldberg was able to get the Till movie made, and I hope Till wins a bunch of awards, and salute to everybody who came to the screening. And I want to salute the sister. What's the sister name? I keep forgetting her name. Danielle Deadweiler, who played Mamie Till Mobley. She absolutely, positively should be nominated for Best Actress at the Oscars because she bodied that role. Bodied it. The movie's really about her, more so, than our late ancestor Emmett Till. Well, both of them ancestors now, but yes, make sure you go check out Till.
And I remember they had that documentary about Emmett Till's murder. That was so sad and difficult to watch, but so important to know that whole story.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, that's dope. I want to get to see that. I'm going to take the older kids to go definitely watch that.
You definitely should. I mean, that's the screening I did was really for the younger folks. I had Ivy and Nyla them round up all the youngins because I really wanted the younger generation to know that story.
To know the story, right?
Yep.
All right. Well, you got a positive note?
I do. The positive note is simply this, man. Continue being a good person. God sees you. That's all that matters.
Breakfast Club, bitches! Y'all finished or y'all done?